You are watching Blue Ridge Communications TV 13.
A family is suing a driver, PennDOT, and a Wayne County community over an accident that claimed a life. Plus, the cigarette business is booming in part of Pike County. Some people are not happy about it. But we begin tonight with a stray cat problem in Penn Estates. This is the Pocono Report. I'm Marie Johns. Feral cats have become a problem for a number of communities, not just in Monroe County. But one development is taking a strong stance on the issue. News 13's Vanessa Freeman brings us the story from our Monroe County newsroom. Vanessa.
Thank you, Marie. Well, when you have a large number of animals on the loose who can reproduce 3 times a year, you may have a population problem. That animal would be cats, and Penn Estates is trying to lower that population.
It's getting worse. All in my garbage can, you see all of them out there. It's getting worse, and they have to do something.
The board at Penn Estates is trying to minimize that feral cat population. Starting April 30th, the board will fine any resident who feeds stray cats, and they have also eliminated the trap, spay, neuter, and return program.
They take care of the mice. Get rid of the cats, the mice are going to move in.
Naomi Gauntlet, who has worked with the trapping program for years, intends to sue the board for animal cruelty.
I think it stinks. The cats cannot fend for themselves. They've been fed for over 8 years. How can you now tell them, oh, go look for your food? They can't do it.
Even worse, veterinarians fear not feeding the cats could be detrimental to the human population.
If you try to starve them out, they're not going to go anywhere. All you're going to do is have sicker animals that are around, and it'll transmit disease to humans.
Penn Estates residents say the cat population nearly tripled after a slew of foreclosures left a number of cats homeless. Now residents say they're torn whether or not to help the cats.
Because it's not the cat's problem, it's the humans who dumped them out to begin with.
They do not belong here, but I don't think penalizing the people who live here who are trying to gather them and give them good homes outside of Penn Estates is wrong.
No administrators from Penn Estates would comment, but veterinarians do maintain that as long as these cats cannot produce, they can actually maintain their own population without letting in any new feral cats. Reporting in Stroudsburg, I'm Vanessa Freeman. Marie, back to you.
All right, thank you, Vanessa. Police are investigating a crash on Route 150.
A large number of stray cats are still plaguing a gated community in Stroud Township.
The board of Penn Estates has been trying to combat the problems by restricting feeding of the feral cats.
It's the latest idea to curb a growing problem. And as News 13's Vanessa Freeman reports, residents are split on the board's proposals.
There is no denying the stray cat problem in Penn Estates has been cause for concern.
They're very nasty and they're just all over the place.
In March, Penn Estates announced they would be combating the problem by eliminating the trap, neuter, and release program and prohibiting residents from feeding the stray cats.
They need to get the program back then. They can't have they can't have both. They can't have people not feeding them and having them run around, because then they're going to get in the trash and stuff.
Some residents call the move inhumane, but since our story aired in March, they have since modified their rules. In a statement from the Penn Estates Property Owners Association, they say it is not now or at any point in the future Penn Estates' intention to be cruel to animals. On the contrary, we are working to implement thoughtful and responsible free-roaming mammal and TNR policies. But some residents say the new feeding rules will make it just as hard to feed the cats. First rule is feeding must be done in daylight and only for 30 minutes. So you put the food out, 30 minutes is up, take the food away. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Do you think it's realistic?
No, it's not realistic because the cats are going to eat when they're ready.
And another rule, you will also be fined if another mammal is seen eating the cat's food. And if you do decide to feed, disobeying the new rules could lead to a $100 fine. The second violation will cost you $250 and the third, $500.
The fines are ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, what happens if you feed a bird?
Naomi Gauntlet, another resident who finds the new rules laughable, has been running the trap, neuter, and release program in the neighborhood for 4 years. After saying they would terminate the TNR program, they are now agreeing to have homeowners spay and neuter the cats themselves.
Nothing is done. The place is going to be swarming with cats in 2 to 3 years. the economy is bad. People are not going to be going out there trapping and neutering the cat that they kindly feed.
And if you're wondering how they're going to enforce these rules, well, rule number 4 says monitors will be allowed onto the resident's property to check out the feeding area. Reporting in Stroudsburg, I'm Vanessa Freeman, News 13.
Pike County's district attorney is hoping to streamline